And what we're doing here is we're going to start to build sentences. So we're going to apply that, look for the kids, look for fences, look for parents, right? There's a restriction though. The restriction is turn these things into sentences without adding or deleting any quantifier symbols. So basically, you can mess with kids and kids and fences. You cannot mess with parents. We good? Here we go. Shauna, you want to play?
You can mess with kids and fences, you cannot mess with
Faster the
parents.
first one. Okay. Okay, so Sherry, what are your kids here?
What number are we
For the
looking
first one.
9.1?
Yes.
No, remember, it's the kids are the variables.
Page
So you got,
236.
you're right, the X, the Xavier kid right there, and the other Xavier kid, and what's your parent? The AX, right? How far does that parent go, Brian? What's its domain? What's its range of authority? Only two? Cube X. So only covers this kid. That means this kid is what, Kyle? Free. Yeah, I know. You guys remember from last time. It's been a while. You guys had a good weekend. That's good. So it's a free kid. You can't have free kids. So what do you have to do? You have to look for kids, and then secondly?
Get a parent.
No.
Fences.
Fence them in. So parentheses, you cannot mess with the parent. You can only mess with kids and fences. So fence them in. So go ahead, Vincent. Fence them in.
Oh,
Where do you want it?
right in front of the cube X.
Yeah, and?
At the end of small X.
Yeah, and that's, now you fence them in. Now does the parent have domain over everything inside?
Yeah.
Yeah, so now you got yourself a sentence. Remember, at this point, we're not dealing with meaning at all. This is all syntax. No meaning. So don't even ask what it says. We're not worried about that. That's the sentence. That works. Okay, Jordan, 2. What, do I have any kids, first off? Tricky. Huh?
No.
Good, because A is not a kid, right? The kids are only the end of the alphabet. U, V, W, X, Y, Z. They messed up last names. Not really, because this is Hawaii messed up. It's not messed up, right? U, Rehara, V, little 4, whatever you want. Those are all standard. When you go mainland, it's like, what? So you know what I'm saying, right? So just saying end of the alphabet, that's the only kids. This is not a kid. So first off, A is not a kid. The second problem is what? Can you have EA, like Albertson, Karen? Good, because the quantifiers only go with the kids. So what do you want here? You can never ever have EA, EB. That makes no sense whatsoever.
EX.
X, sure. And then now, since there's no kid here, you can't mess with that. They say leave it alone. This is basically the parent doesn't bind to any kids since there's no kids. I'll talk about this later. This is called null quantification. Some student came up with this a while back. It's pretty good using the same analogy, right? So you can't have free kids in the world. That's no good. But you can have, as it were, free parents. They don't bind to any kid. They say if you got parents out front and there's no kid, that's like a deadbeat dad just hanging around the fence, drinking beer, doing nothing. No good either, but at least it's not like you got kids running around, right? That's no good. Deadbeat dad, okay, fine, do your own thing, you idiot. But that's, you're fine. We good? Okay, yeah.
So the parent doesn't, so.
This binds to no
A is
kid.
not a kid at all?
No, A is not a kid. Kids are only U, V, W, X, Y, Z. So effectively, this basically says A is a cube. Since the EX doesn't bind to anything, you eliminate it and it just says A is a cube. We'll talk about this later, don't worry. Let's move on. Maria, 3. Remember, we're just focusing on how to form sentences. So what are your kids? Go through that process.
The V,
So I got V
and
for,
then C on the large.
no, so I got the V kid.
Oh, no.
The V kid.
V kid,
And
then the V.
V kid. C it doesn't count,
C is
right?
not, yeah.
so what do you need next, Carrie?
Need to change the C into a V
Oh no,
or
leave
an
that,
X.
leave that alone. How far does the parent go?
Okay, the parent only goes nowhere because
Only
there's
to
no
the first
fencing.
kid, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, so the other kids are free, so what do you need?
fencing.
Fencing, fence them in where?
In front of the first cube,
And?
at the end of the larger
Very
C.
end. Good. Cody, 3. What are my kids?
C.
Yeah, 2. No,
Number
4,
four.
yeah.
U.
So the Uejo kid and the Uejo kid. What's the problem with this?
Only first.
Good, we only have an open-ended fence. An open-ended fence is a worthless fence, right? Defeats the purpose of having a fence. What do you need, Nikki? Close the fence where?
After the cube.
After cube at the end. Close it in and you're good? Alright, 5. Stephanie, what are my kids here? the Xavier kid and the Xavier kid, right?
Yeah.
So what do you need, Melinda?
Parentheses before the larger and
Good,
after.
one fence there and
after the A.
A. And in this case, the parent is the not EX, but it's still a parent, right? Just quantifier with the Xavier, so Xavier parent, and watches over the kids, you're good. Let's take stock, with me. Kinda. Oh, good.
So we're just like making.
Sentences. That's it. No meaning, just make the sentence. So follow that procedure. Kids, fence, make sure the parent watches over it.
You got this part, Joe.
6. Kiliona.
W is our child,
Yeah,
and we should probably fence him in before Samuel and
Okay.
after the W.
good. And yeah, so once you get the hang of this, it's pretty straightforward, yeah? And then now 7, Rachel.
So we got the
How many
two
kids you got?
I got 3 kids.
3 types of kids, good. So you need?
Y and Z.
Yep.
We gotta fence them in.
From where?
Can we fence them in front of left of and
Yeah.
after left of?
Okay,
All
you
left
could,
of.
oh yeah, first left of and all the left of. So at
They
the
can
very end.
all the kids can go in one fence.
Good, so all the kids are now taken care of by the parents outside, right? But there's a problem here, the old rules of formation carry over. So Cody, what's wrong with just that right there, what I have you do? Blah and blah, arrow blah. Do you know what the main connective is there? No, so you have to add more fences to indicate which of these is the main connective. I want you to make, even though you can make either one the main connective, since it's the universal, I'm trying to get you to this habit of thought. I'll explain later why this is. Make the arrow the main connective. So where do I need further fences? Yeah, before left of, so I'll put a bracket there. Yeah, before the arrow or after the second left of. So the bracket is the same as parentheses, good? Okay, 8, Aaron, what are my kids? No kids, good, but I have parents, right? Kids, parents outside not binding kids, doesn't matter, that's your deadbeat parent, right? So the problem here is actually on the inside. Just like with the last one, it says blah, arrow, this and that. You have to, since you don't know what the main connective is, I want you to make the arrow the main connective. That's where the problem lies. So make the arrow the main connective. So where do I need parentheses?
Side of the cube. Side of the total.
Before Q then. After go to B.
So there's 3 parentheses after.
Yeah, and I'm just putting spaces to show you the matching. Okay, Ben, 9. What are my kids?
X and Y.
Yeah, and what do you need?
You put the fence before the cube,
And
and then at the end of X.
very end, and good, but Alexia, what's wrong with that? Good, make the arrow the main connective.
So bracket from the
Yeah, and
then after.
Y. Yeah, good. And then last one, Rachel, what are my kids?
X and Y.
Good, X and Y. Okay, this EX parent right here, Xavier parent, how far does it go? Yes. Good, the 2 X's, it covers these 2 kids, right? This parent on the outside, what's its domain or range? And also, remember, because this is the fence here, you see that flashing? So it covers all the kids inside. This is like a this is like 2 parents duking it out over their kids. They're having a divorce, right? You guys, Kramer versus Kramer? No? Like the first of those many kinds of, forget it. All right, so we got EX here, two kids, right? But then we got the AX there. It not only has domain over that, but also over those 2 kids. Who holds custody over the kids? There's a fight over the kids. You guys see that? You can't have that in logic. This is called scope overlap. Just think of it as parents duking it out over the kid. So, and in addition, what's left free, Rita? What kid isn't taken care of? Why? So not only do you have kids being duked out over, you got a free kid, right? So what changes do you think you can make that will not only take care of the kid, but prevent the conflict? Kill the parent? Kill the wabbit. Yeah, you can change the name. What name would you like? Y. If I change that parent to the Y, the Yamamoto parent, now it covers that kid, right? And now, The two X kids here as well as that X kid are taken care of by the A out there and you're good. Kinda make sense?
Mhm.
Okay, good.